Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Welcome to Sports News. The Blues of France ended Nigeria's hopes of a first World Cup quarterfinal appearance when they scored 2 late goals to beat the Super Eagles 2-0 in a tough second-round match. Paul Pogba put France ahead in the 79th minute. The win was sealed when captain Joseph Yobo turned a low cross into his own goal in stoppage time. It was a controversial victory, however, as the game had swung France's way after Nigeria's influential midfielder Guillaume was injured by a late tackle from a French player who was lucky to escape with only a yellow card. Meanwhile, fans back home were expecting a win, but instead were shocked with the outcome of the results. Seeking to make up for their humiliating early exit 4 years ago, the French left it late in Brasilia to break down a hard-working Nigerian team, scoring twice in the last 11 minutes. Fans in Lagos expressed their disappointment.
As we are going now, people are believing that Nigeria is going to cover all over the Africa, as Africa, giant of Africa. But now we are not proving it at all. It's so bad. What are we really expecting? As our fans now, we are here. We are not here for nothing. We are here for glory. We support them for all of our heart. But what is going on now? What is the result they're giving us? This is not a football.
Of course, like every Nigerian, I'm expecting a victory. I was expecting a victory. The match was actually good in the first half, but the second half is really nothing to write home about. It's really terrible. So it's a bad day for us in Nigeria today.
If Nigeria win, that means, there will be massive sales. But right now, I have to pack my goods back home.
Finally, the World Football Governing Body FIFA will not investigate Arjen Robben after he admitted to diving in Holland's second-round win over Mexico. Fisher, however, announced the suspension of Belgium midfielder Steven Defoe. He's also announced the suspended Brazilian press official Rodrigo Paiva after a confrontation he had with the Chile player Mauricio Pinilla in the tunnel at halftime in their World Cup match in Belo Horizonte. That's it on Sports News. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Well, the bodies of 3 Israeli teenagers who were kidnapped in the West Bank have been found near the village of Halhol, near the location where they disappeared on June the 12th. The teenagers, aged 16 to 19, were last seen at a junction near Hebron as they were walking home. The Israeli government had put up a feverish search for the boys and accused the Palestinian government for their kidnap. Meanwhile, more fighting has been reported around the city of Tikrit in Iraq. The city was seized by ISIS-led militants on June the 11th during an offensive across large parts of northern and western Iraq. Amara Chubani has more.
The Iraqi forces have really been up against the rebels for more than 2 weeks now, would have been barely holding on in the conflict, save for the intervention of other tribal groups in Iraq joining the army and help from international sympathizers. But the clashes around Tikrit remain intense. Witnesses say they've experienced a wave of airstrikes, and it's likely that Saddam Hussein's palace has been hit. The recent attacks come a day after ISIS announced the creation of a caliphate. It also proclaimed group leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi as caliph and leader of Muslims everywhere. Then the court in Pretoria has received the psychological report for Olympic athlete Oscar Pistorius. The report says this means that Mr. Pistorius was criminally responsible for his actions when he shot his girlfriend of 3 months, Riva Steenkamp. The panel of experts, it seems, have concluded that he is neither mentally ill nor unable to tell right from wrong, but his own psychiatrist actually said much the same, although she did not conclude that he had an anxiety disorder. Both prosecution and defense have accepted the results of the psychological report, but it has not yet been published. Italy's Navy has found 30 bodies in a fishing boat that had been carrying hundreds of migrants between Sicily and the North African coast. The discovery was made when rescuers boarded the vessel to evacuate a number of people said to be in distress, 2 of them pregnant women. The Navy said those who died were crammed into a compartment below decks. Finally, the Ukrainian and Russian governments have agreed to work on the adoption of an agreement on a bilateral ceasefire between Ukraine authorities and separatists. This follows talks between the leaders of Ukraine, Russia, Germany, and France to resolve the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Russia is under pressure from the European Union to use its influence with separatists in Ukraine's east, failing which there would be sanctions. Those were today's major stories. It's back to you.
Well, Nigerian music star Davido has won the Best International Act Africa at the 2014 Black Entertainment Awards. The self-acclaimed Omoba Balo waded off competition from Mafiki Zolo, Tiwa Savage, Sarkodie, Tufan, and Diamond Platinums to win the award. Now, for more on that story and stories in the entertainment world, here is Maiwa Gundele.
Hello, these are the trending stories in entertainment. Nigerian pop singer Davido has won the Best International Act prize at the BET Awards held over the weekend in Los Angeles in the United States of America. The Aye singer joins the other compatriots, Two-Face, D'banj, and Ice Prince as winners of the prestigious statuette. Other winners are Pharrell Williams with 2 wins in the Best Male Artist and Best Video categories, while British actor with Nigerian roots Chiwetel Ejiofor was named the Best Actor for his role in 12 Years a Slave. Meanwhile, Tiwa Savage, who lost out to Davido in the Best International Act category, headlined the BET experience with an electrifying performance alongside the famous CEO dancers from Britain's Got Talent. Now to new singles. Actor cum singer Tonto Dike has released a first single since joining D'banj's DB Records. The single, titled Sugar Rush, sets DB Records on high mentions on social media, especially for its beats and its perpetual auditory association to trending song Dorobuchi by the Mavin family. Meanwhile, Don Jazzy has reacted to critics pointing out similarities between Tonto Dike's Sugar Rush and Dorobuchi. The former Mohits co-founder suggested via social media that the songs share no similarities. To Nollywood now, ace movie maker Tunde Kilani has completed works on his new film, Dazzling Mirage. The movie, which stars stage actor Kemi Lala Akindoju alongside Kunle Afonlayo, Bimbo Manuel, Taiwo Ajayi Lycett, and many others, creates awareness for sickle cell anemia.
I have sickle cell. I'm not a corpse. I can work.
And veteran Nollywood actors Bob Manuel Udoku and Zach Orji have returned to the movie set after a long absence from the big screens. The 2 veterans are also joined by Ken Eriks and Jideka Okeke. According to Movie Moments, the film is directed by Vincent D. Anointed. Well, that wraps it up on entertainment news. Let's head back for the main news.
Many thanks, Maiwa. The main news again now. Medical doctors in public hospitals across the country have resolved to embark on an indefinite industrial action from tomorrow over unresolved matters for the federal government. The federal government has vowed to remain focused on its developmental goals in the face of the security challenges in the country. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. Up next here on Channels Television, Focus on Africa.